up, beautiful people? This is your girl Shalon, and finally I am doing something I've been wanting to do for years, and that is do a review video. Now, I did start out doing reaction videos and that kind of fizzled off, but let's not live in the past. I wanted to really do a review of season 3 finale of The Boys, and what better time than now. If you know me, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am a huge nerd bucket. I don't even know what that means. Let's just get into it. So let me say this. I am a huge fan of The Boys. I've been with the show since it first premiered, and I absolutely love season 1. I think is the best season thus far. Season 2 started off, I'm not gonna lie, they almost lost me. It was kind of boring, but I stuck with it, and it did get better as the season progressed, and I ended up liking it. Season 3 started out great, all the way up to season finale episode, which just premiered. Now, I watched it twice. The first time I watched it, it just didn't seem, it seemed all over the place. Second time I watched it, it seemed more cohesive. Let me just start off talking about individual characters. Butcher is a bitch and I don't like him. I cannot stand Butcher. I love the actor. Been rocking with him since Lord of the Rings. If you're a real one, you know what I'm talking about. But the character Butcher, I cannot stand him. And I knew when he did that to Ryan, when he pushed him away and talking about, you did that to my Becca. Wait, that's not an Irish accent. My bad, I'm terrible. But I knew that was gonna bite him in the ass. I knew it. And then my thing that pisses me off even more so is the flashback episode that they did, I think right before the finale episode. He did that to his younger brother and set in motion the events leading up to his death, because he stayed there with their abusive father and his brother committed suicide. So my whole thing is, you a grown ass man still doing the same stuff, and you do it to Ryan. Ryan is Homelander Jr., so it's like you would think he would proceed with caution, especially when you know Homelander has been trying to find his son and to have a relationship with him. Butcher sucks. He legit sucks. And granted, you know, everyone honestly is just so fucked up. Even MM. Everyone's just so fucked. And, you know, I've been knew that Butcher had issues, and, you know, I get it. He has a lot of issues, clearly. But it's like he legit, low-key, he's the blame for everything. And I'm gonna say this because Ryan would have never been at the end of the final fight, at the end of the last episode. He wouldn't have been there unless Homelander would have took him, you know, captive. I don't know, shit. It's like, I don't know. But I feel like maybe Ryan wouldn't have been there. Maybe. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. But I feel like even if Ryan was there, Ryan would have not wanted to go with Homelander. He would have been wanting to be with Butcher, and he wouldn't have tried to defend his dad. So yeah, Butcher can go to hell. And, you know, the crazy thing about it is, now with Butcher having, you know, months to live, I want to say a year, I'm not sure, but I know the doctor said something about months left to live because of because of him taking a temporary V. I don't know how this is gonna like pan out in the future, because I seen some fans say that he may take the permanent V and become like an actual superhero, become the one thing he hates. So I don't know. I really do not know. And my whole thing is, it's like, now does he actually even really hate being a superhero at this point? That's another question, because I know when the season first started, he hated superheroes. General statement here that I'm saying is Butcher sucks and he's a douchebag, and God, I hate him. Starlight, she was so bitchy and naggy this season, bro. Like, gosh, she got on my nerves, and it's like, I get it. I get it. She always wants to try to do the right thing. But I just wanted her to just kind of sit back and let Huey do his thing. Like, it's just, her whole season arc this time around was just nagging, it seems like. And then all she did was she would keep flashing her demonic eyes every time she got mad or she was having sex. It's like, what are really her powers? At the end, like, does she just absorb light? And now she can fly, so I guess it's just dependent on how much electricity or light is around. I don't know, but she just seemed very useless this season. Really, I never liked her power anyway. I thought she had the dumbest power, and I don't really know why they wanted her to join the Seven unless, you know, she looks like the typical girl next door, blonde hair. I don't know if she has blue eyes or not, I don't think so, but maybe in that aspect. The finale scene, and this is the thing that kind of cracked me up. You know, you got Huey, he's looking on the monitors, he's seeing, I guess, oh shit, you know, everyone's beating up and Soulja Boy is about to murk Annie. You know, she's getting up all hurt and stuff, and so he decides to, you know, turn the power up. So I'm like, okay, we about to finally get something. She's not just flashing her crazy eyes. You know, she starts flying up in the air. I'm like, okay. And then all she does is push Soulja Boy a couple feet to the ground. And then she falls down herself. What was the point of that? And then Huey's, you know, they show Huey crying like he's proud dad, and the writers dropped the ball on this episode. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't trash, but I hold the boys to such a high standard, and I just feel like, come on, I don't know if they need a bigger budget, but you kind of run into things like that when you try to do live action superhero shows or even films. You have to have a big budget to be able to showcase these beings' powers. You know, these are, you know, essentially gods to normal humans. And, you know, if you don't have MCU level budget, DC level budget, I guess you're gonna have scenes where it kind of seems half-assed, you know. And I think that's what partly made Invincible so good. Apart from it just being an amazing show, you know, it's cartoons, so they are not so much limited to what they can show and what they can do, because it's cartoon versus real life people and you got to use special effects. But I don't know if it's that or what, but God, Starlight is just lame as hell, and I just hope I hope next season they give the girls something. I need something from her, because the whole season all we got were her eyes flashing. And it got to a point where I'm like, girl, stop doing that if you're not gonna do nothing. What are you trying to scare people? It's not working. No one's afraid of you. And that's the crazy thing about it. No one is afraid of you. Anyways, let's move on. Oh, and I'm sorry, let me touch back on Starlight. So I was reading somewhere where some of the fans were like, she could have, depending on what her power is, because we really don't know at this point. I'm not familiar with the comic book, so maybe they explain in there. I don't know. I'm probably speaking from a place of ignorance because I don't know. But I am wondering as well, when this person brought this up, they were like, she could have stolen Soulja Boy's energy and used it against him. Now, when she was flying up in the air, now that would have been cool as hell. And not no little ass push. Like actual, like he's flying through some walls or something. Now that would have been cool. And if she had to just tweaked out and just started like going in, now that's what you build that up to. Like, you building this whole moment up, so your Hugh's crying like a bitch, and you know she's flying up in the air. That's what I'm looking for. That's why you would build that scene up for something like that, not for a little push and then her ass gets pushed back too. Like, what is, bruh? You know what? I need to be in these rooms and writing, because if it was me being a part of this show, I'm telling you, It would have been awesome. And that brings me to another point. I hope in the next season, you got all these different superheroes, they have all these different powers. Start utilizing them more. Like, we don't see enough of the Deep. Like, all they keep showing him is fucking octopuses and squids. That's what he does in every season. He's fucking a sea creature. And even the scene where he had to, he went and killed the VP, the guy running for VP. It just showed the guy, you know, getting drug underwater, and then he pops up dead, and then the Deep pops up too. Why didn't y'all actually show like what he did instead of just showing the guy coming up, he's dead? I guess he got drowned or something. I don't really damn know because they don't show it. Even with A-Train, I mean, we got the scene where he, by the way, I know your brother's mad at you, but I'm on your side. I would have did the same damn thing, probably even worse, if it was my sibling. But the fact that he, when they show him dragging Blue Hawk, cool, dope scene. I liked it. But even with that, they don't ever really show my boy. But then again, it's like, but you know what? I don't know, because with the Flash, he can do like, I guess when you run super fast, you have super powered punches and pushing people and stuff like that or whatever. And I was gonna say, I wish I had seen more of A-Train this season, but he kind of had like his own arc type thing. And I was also thinking, because they've revealed that Black Noir is black, I don't know if that kind of resonated with him even more so when, but I don't even, well, no, they would have to know the history with Black Noir. So if he is aware of what Black Noir looks like underneath his mask, then he would know that he's black. So I don't know if because of everything that he's also been through with racial issues and stuff like that with his brother and everything, I don't know if that affected him even more so with Black Noir, because he was looking like, bruh, if I wouldn't get killed by you, I would fuck you up right now. Like, he was looking like he was about sick of Homelander. So I don't know. I'm just all over the place, but I just hope they utilize their superheroes more. That brings me to Black Noir. They massacred my boy. Like, and see, now you may want to fast forward through this part because I don't want to give out any spoilers, because even though they did reveal who Black Noir is, I still don't know what direction they're going to go with the character. I don't know if he's gone for good or what, because it would make sense if they brought him back. But in the comics, spoiler alert, he is actually Homelander's clone. Apparently he's dead, but if he ends up popping up later on in the season, now they could go in the direction of the comics and do that, which I wouldn't hate that either. That'd be pretty cool. They should definitely do that. That'd be dope. But damn, they made me sympathize with my boy so much. Like, just seeing what he had to go through with Soulja Boy. He actually finally built up the courage to like stand up to Soulja Boy and not be afraid. And the fact that, you know, they just let Homelander kill him like that. What I would have liked if they were gonna go the direction and killing him off, I would have liked for him to at least be able to have his moment. And even if he couldn't beat Soulja Boy, clearly Soulja Boy is stronger, I would have at least liked for them to have him die trying, or die in the midst of their battle or something. You know, a more honorable death. The fact that you had this man, clearly he's going through he's been through so much. You show his tragic backstory, and he finally builds up the courage to fight Soulja Boy, and then you just let Homelander kill him like that, bruh. I was mad. He's another person I feel like they underutilize. Like, I know in the comics they say he has healing abilities, and clearly he's I don't know if he's a swordsman, or I did see like some swords and knives and stuff like that. The only time we really kind of saw him in action was, I believe, last season, where he went into that terrorist area and he like murked everybody. But even then they didn't really show him, unless I have to look back. I don't know, I could have forgotten, but I don't know if we really saw him with a sword and just like slicing through people and all this other. That's what I want to see. And you kill him off before we even really get to see all of his abilities, like what he's really made of. So I felt really bad. The final scene. So I'll tell you what I did like, what I actually liked, because I feel like probably people were thinking, oh, Soulja Boy is going to team up with Homelander and Ryan, you know, because it seemed like they were both kind of building it up to not only Homelander having second thoughts about, you know, killing him because he found out that's his dad or whatever, because it's not really his dad, but also Soulja Boy kind of having doubts. So I think some people were probably expecting, oh, they were gonna team up or whatever like that, and they're in some shit. Soulja Boy was like, nah, you're a pussy, and da 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 da. I like that because it was different from what most were expecting. So I like that. What I didn't like is that when he slapped or pushed Ryan, Butcher was like, oh, stepdaddy mode. Like, and I get it, you know, he's thinking of his wife, Becca. And clearly he cares for the boy. But which brings me back from what I said in the beginning. I hate that he said that to Ryan in the beginning of the season, because even if Homelander did take him hostage, because I'm pretty sure he would have took him anyway if he had found out that Soulja Boy was his dad. He would have been like, yo, you know, we got a family, you got to be with me. He probably would have took him anyway. But at least Ryan would have definitely not tried to help him. He probably would have been trying to hold him down too, you know what I'm saying? Which brings me to another point, because I also saw this on Facebook. So another fan was like, why didn't they let Soulja Boy blast Homelander and Ryan? Because clearly, now, except for Ryan, because I'm not sure if he would have survived or not, because he's young and Soulja Boy pretty much knocked his little ass out. But even with that, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I would have let Soulja Boy blasted both of their asses away, because first of all, I feel like any beings that strong where you can't, they're untouchable. That is dangerous as hell. No one that strong needs to be freely, you know what I'm saying? Because even with Superman, let something happen to Lois, he is decimating everything. So I would have let him did it. But you know, I'm not Butcher, you know, I'm not there. So Soulja Boy had a blast and maybe Ryan would have died. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how strong Ryan is or how that works to be a Homelander Jr. I don't know when their powers fully kick in. I don't know. But I do know really it didn't even matter, because if Ryan did end up dying, Homelander's powers would have been taken away anyway. They would have been gone. So at that point, even if he did kind of realize, oh shit, my son's dead, and he would have been like all distraught, all one of them had to do was go in there and damn break his neck, and it would have been over. Boom, it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then who cares at that point? The problem's solved. But they were saying, you know, Soulja Boy could have blasted Homelander and Ryan. You know, clearly, if Kimiko can survive, and Kimiko is less powerful than Maeve and Homelander, then I'm pretty sure, you know, Homelander definitely would have survived. We know Homelander would survive. I'm still kind of on the fence about Ryan. I don't really know, but just assuming that he would have, you know, it could have, definitely could have worked. And I would have still killed both of them, because they could have got permanent V and you know, had their powers back again like Kimiko. So I would have killed them just to make sure. And in that final fight, Maeve, and I get it, you know, I'm not even mad at Maeve. I'm mad at the writers, because it makes sense for her to want to go after Homelander. She honestly kept her word too. She was like, I want to kill Homelander. It's just unfortunate. Butcher honestly fucked it up, because everybody was on board. Everybody was on the same page. Soulja Boy kept his word. He kept his word. Even in the midst of him kind of having second thoughts. He thought about it. He was like, nah, I'm going to keep my word. Fuck this. Like, nigga was like, I'm going to take both of them out. Butcher fucked it up for everybody. Everybody kept their word except for Butcher. Butcher is the problem here. Butcher is a douche. He needs to go. I cannot stand Butcher. He ruined everything. He ruined everything. So I can't even be mad at Maeve. I hate that they wrote it that way. Like, so you have Maeve and Homelander fighting. Just imagine, even when they did his ass up, Homelander was not moving with Maeve, and Maeve was going toe to toe with him. Yo, she dope. That was a wrap if it wasn't for Ryan blasting him. But it goes back to show Butcher fucks shit up for everyone. Butcher's the problem. If they know what's good for them, they need to kill Butcher. I vote for killing Butcher next season because, yeah, he fucks up everything that he touches and he has issues. He kind of annoyed me too this season. I get it. But he low-key annoyed me too. It's like he kept trying to, bruh, you are a brolic ass man. You're muscular, you're buff. But these are gods. You will get your ass killed. I'm gonna need you to think clearly and stop. But I really don't have too much to say about him. You know, I feel like, and I've never been in a situation where I've had a superhero kill my entire family, so I don't know how I would react in that situation. Couldn't tell him to put aside his feelings for the greater good of everything. But the thing that kind of pissed me off about this whole season as a whole is it feels like nothing changed. You know, they went through all of this. They went from breaking out Soulja Boy. You helped Soulja Boy kill off his old team. Maeve is still alive. And my whole thing, they built up that only for her to still be alive. Soulja Boy is still alive. Walk back up. Annie, putting Vaught on blast. On live. She was like, I don't give a fuck about my life. I'm about to just spill all the tea. Y'all wrote the whole season up. Y'all built the whole season up just to end it like that. Just in like it was supposed to be this big epic battle. They've been hyping up this Soulja Boy storyline. He's supposed to be just as powerful as Homelander. Homelander is low-key, shook. You got Annie exposing people, exposing companies and shit. Homelander walks away out the building. Fight is over. It's like, bro, what is this? Who wrote this episode? Like, who? I feel like Herogasm was a better episode. Honestly, like if that had been the finale, I would have took it. I actually thought the fight between him, Huey, and Homelander was dope as hell. But this final episode could have been done so much better. I hate the way they went with it. There's so many things they could have done. And I heard some people say, why I wish they would have had the Deep and A-Train coming at the end. I guess, they're upset. Could you tell they were upset about Black Noir? They had to be like, we can't allow him to keep doing this. Granted, they probably would have died, but I would have took that. That would have been cool to see. But, I get it. Not yet. I feel like they're building that up, especially with A-Train. I hope for next season because I guess they're going to start doing the Homelander Jr. storyline, and they're probably gonna bring in some new soups. 2 actually. We need 2 more. No, 3 actually, because Starlight's not in it either, and Maeve is gone, and Black Noir. So it's really about to be a whole new team, I'm looking forward to that too. But what I'm not really okay, now you guys have to find some way to stop the woman who blows up people's heads. And my whole thing, is she really bad though? I guess she blows up people's heads and stuff, so she shouldn't be in office, but I don't know how they're gonna go with this season. I just hope it doesn't become, they start going downhill. Now granted, they've been doing a pretty good job, honestly. None of the seasons are terrible. It's just this final finale episode kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. And even with Homelander, someone else, brought up the point, scorched earth. When are we gonna get that though? Show me the mighty might of Homelander instead of y'all keep showing him punching through people and lasering people with his eyes. Hey, even with Maeve, this is the first time we really saw her fighting, and she can go toe to toe with Homelander. I never knew she was that strong. overall, great season. It started off great, like, you know, always, and it was a great season all the way through. It's just that final episode. From what I've been seeing, the general consensus is that the finale episode could have been better, or people didn't like it, but the overall is, it just wasn't favorable. My hope is that they take notes, they listen to their fans, and they just try to do better next time. I think that's it for me, you guys. I've been talking for half an hour. I think I've made all my points. Drop some comments down below. If you don't agree with me, drop some comments down below. Let's get a conversation going. Let's get a discussion going. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.